Famous for landmarks such as the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, or the Champs-Élysées with its many shops, Paris is also a top destination for foodies from across the globe. I was skeptical about the food in the French capital, so I got there with no expectations. The food that I had in Paris during my 3 nights was among the best of my life. The ingredients used in the dishes were the ones that shined the brightest, from the simplest appetizer to the delicate mains, to the most incredible desserts, to macarons and croissants. Everything I ate in Paris tasted absolutely immaculate. Join me in today's video as we explore the food scene of Paris. We'll check the street corner boulangerie as well as the nicer restaurants in both the touristy and the more local areas. Then we will go to the Louvre for some world-class art and macarons for dessert. So this first place was called Restaurant Paul. This was right near the Notre Dame Cathedral. Very easy to reach. I just got there by chance. I don't know if this happens to you often, but to me it never happened like this. The air around the restaurant smelled so good. I didn't even check on it on Google as I usually do. No review check, no nothing. I just sit down, ordered some fish with some, I don't even know what that was, the puree. It was very delicate. The artichokes were well done. The shells, the mussels, or what those were, I don't know exactly. They were very good. But the main star of the lunch was the fish. Had the sea bass, boneless, very crispy skin, so flaky fish, so well seasoned. The jus with it, as you can see on the plate, there were 2 jus, one white, one brown. If you would get a little bit of everything on the same fork and have the perfect bite, it was so good, so delicate. It was basically the best fish that I've had in my life. And then for dessert, I got the fig dessert with some ice cream, homemade vanilla ice cream, figs that were cooked in some wine, and you would just take a little bit of fig and a bit of ice cream. It was so good, so rich, so refreshing, so delicate, absolutely perfect. I love figs. It was the season of figs, and you could definitely tell that there was organic raised figs. So good, so delicious, absolutely great. 42 euros for that, including the water, 45 with service. It was a perfect meal, a perfect lunch, and it gave me the energy that I needed to get from there to the Notre Dame and continuing my tour towards the Eiffel Tower that day. Next morning I got up and I craved some croissants. Now the croissants at my hotel, they weren't the best croissants in the world. They were, I'm not gonna say it, but I think it was little croissants or something like that. Unfortunately, the hotel was not like a very luxurious. It was a hostel. I booked a single room, so I wasn't expecting much, but at least, you know, some corner boulangerie croissants would have been nice. But I got this boulangerie right at the corner of my street. I got there in the morning. This place was smelling incredibly well. I got a baguette and I got some croissants and a pain au chocolat. I have no words to describe. This was basically the best croissants of my life. It wasn't even that expensive for me. It was like an euro or something like that. Very, very good price and so great. They were just coming out of the oven. The smell was great. The taste was amazing. You could definitely tell that were some top quality croissants. Again, I didn't check the Google reviews or anything like that. I just went in. The lady was nice enough to let me get some shots for you. Yeah, after looking back on Instagram or on Google, they have like 20,000 followers or something. They're very popular. One of the best boulangeries in Montmartre. And that was no surprise for me because the product was top quality. The third restaurant that I went for, it's called Chez Cafe. This was about 300 meters from my hotel. I got in just as I was about to leave the city for the airport. I ordered, as you can see, the deviled eggs with some bacon on top, crispy bacon. I don't know what that black thing was, but it tasted like some biscuits. That was very interesting. The entire thing, once you put it in your mouth, it's soft from the egg, very creamy from the egg yolk, as you can say, the egg yolk cream. Of course, you have the crispness of the bacon. That bacon was very, very crispy, really delicious, salty, but not too salty, really good balance. The bread that came with them matched perfectly with the dish. Then for my main, I had the fish with asparagus and again some puree that I don't know what it was. Yeah, as you can see, it's a purple puree. If you know what the puree is, let me know because I'm really interested to know what I ate. It was the same sea bass. This one was a little bit lightly seasoned than the last one from Paul restaurant, but it was still such a flaky, such a fresh, such an amazing dish. It complemented itself perfectly with the puree, with the asparagus, with a little green, with the ratatouille salad, what is that on top. The skin was crispy, everything was absolutely perfect. And the bill, it was around 34-35 euros, 40 with everything included. Again, a very good deal, right in the middle of Montmartre neighborhood. It was then time for dessert, and of course I went for some macarons. I didn't get the eclairs, I'm sorry about that, for myself and for the video, but mostly for myself because I should have got the Parisian eclair. That's something you have to do where in Paris, but there's always a next time. But I got the Lauderie Paris macarons from the Louvre. I was at the Louvre, and when I got out through the carousel exit, and then there's a Lauderie Paris macaron shop. That's the most famous of all in Paris. You can get a macaron for about 250 euros, which is the same with the dollar now. So 250 for a macaron. They have a lot of flavors. I went with the caramel, I guess, and the pistachio. I get pistachios everywhere. Anything that has pistachio in it, you can count on me to eat it. I just don't mind. If they make a pistachio juice, I would get that. If they make the pistachio bread, I would get that. As you can see, great spread. Small macarons, big macarons, boxes of macarons, everything that you want. People went there for the macarons, and the macarons were splendid. Very nice. Highly recommended if you're in Paris. Lauderie is a name brand. Everybody knows about it, and there's a reason why they are so famous, because they are delicious. So this is going to be another video on its own, but I just wanted to point it out that I went to Disneyland Paris, and of course I had something to eat there. I didn't get a table at one of the restaurants inside the park, but I managed to grab some crepe. I got a Nutella crepe and some coffee. It was nothing special, unfortunately. It was a little bit overpriced, but it was okay. The crepe actually was really decent for me. There was a lot of Nutella in it, and it was quite soft. The coffee, on the other hand, was just not okay, just bland, and yeah, it tasted more like the cup that was being served in rather than the coffee itself. But again, more on the Disneyland Paris adventure is going to be in the Disneyland Paris vlog itself. So make sure to subscribe to get notified when that one will get published here on my channel.